Hi friends, how are we today? How is everybody? How is everybody? I thought that today we could do another multiple choice test quiz thingy. And I was thinking we could do we're gonna do some grammar questions and then maybe some literature questions as well. We'll do like a 2-part English quiz, if that sounds good to everybody. So, this is the same website I was on for the art questions, which means we have 5 easy, 5 medium, and 5 hard questions. So, we'll do grammar first, and then we'll do some literature questions, okay? I'm kind of assuming that the literature questions aren't going to be the type of literature questions that I would ask, but I mean, how many questions can you come up with off of Bronte and Austen? Honestly, a lot, but alright, so our first question is, which of the following is a complete sentence? A. Walking to school. B. The cat sat on the mat. C. Quickly and quietly. Or D. Under the table. Which of the following is a complete sentence? Should I read them again for you? A. Walking to school. B. The cat sat on the mat. C. Quickly and quietly. Or D. Under the table. Very good, my friends. It is the cat sat on the mat. Identify, this is the next question, identify the adverb in the sentence. She sings beautifully. Is it A. She, B. Sings, C. Beautifully, or D. And? What is the adverb in the sentence? She sings beautifully. Very good, my friends. It is C. Beautifully, because that is what is modifying how she sings. She sings beautifully. She could also sing quietly, terribly, loudly. All those options are adverbs. Our third question, which word is a pronoun in the sentence, he loves playing basketball? Is it A. He, B. Loves, C. Playing, or D. Basketball? What is the pronoun in the sentence, he loves playing basketball? Very good, my friends. It is he. I think a lot of people need some lessons on pronouns nowadays. Obviously, everybody uses pronouns. Some people just don't use the same pronouns as they always have, and that's okay. Yeah, it's literally just an English term. Also, while we're at it, you guys can use any pronouns for me. Any pronouns that you want. Preferably not it, though. Any of the main 3, I'd say. Alright. Our next question is, what part of speech is the word quickly in the sentence, she ran quickly to catch the bus? What part of speech is the word quickly in the sentence, she ran quickly to catch the bus? Is it an A, noun, B, adjective, C, adverb, or D, a verb? So, we did just talk about this. So, it is an adverb. Very good, my friends. Because she ran quickly. She ran quickly. Quickly is modifying ran and describing how she ran. Sometimes the honks just come too fast for me to stop the video. Alright, and our final easy question is, which of the following is an example of a preposition? Is it A, jump, B, with, C, sing, or D, happy? Is it A, jump, B, with, C, sing, or D, happy? Very good, my friends. It is B, with. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I am a bad English major in that I am not super interested in grammar. I don't really care. I am not a stickler for grammar. I think that the way that people use words and communicate is very unique and telling of the people themselves. That didn't make a lot of sense. That was a lot of words to say very little. But what I mean by that is there's some grammatical mistakes that people consider to be grammatical mistakes that are actually just the way people talk and the way that language naturally forms. And it can be a cultural thing, it can be a societal thing, it can even be a personal thing. But I think being a stickler for grammar, especially in speech, is kind of a high and mighty thing to do. Obviously, if you're writing an academic essay or writing something that's going to be shared with a great group of people that needs to be, easily consumed by people who don't necessarily speak the same way you do, reverting to sort of the universally acknowledged. I'm not saying this right. Obviously, there are points where grammar is important. But a lot of times in speech or very casual writing, I don't see the point in being a stickler about it, because the way language evolves naturally is very important culturally and very important to language. The language we have today would not be what it is without people breaking some rules along the line. You know what I mean? Breaking rules is incredibly important when it comes to sort of evolution of things like language and understanding. If you stick with how things have always been, you're never gonna get anywhere. Alright, with that being said, with my little tangent, let's go on to the medium questions. And this is getting to the stuff that I do not care about. Identify the gerund in the sentence, swimming is her favorite hobby. Identify the gerund in the sentence, swimming is her favorite hobby. Is it A, swimming, B, is, C, her, D, favorite? A, swimming, B, is, C, her, or D, favorite? Very good, my friend. It is swimming. Next. What type of sentence is this? Is it... Oh, well, I didn't read the sentence. What type of sentence is this? I have never been to Paris. I have never been to Paris. Is it A, interrogative, B, imperative, C, declarative, or D, exclamatory? Is I have never been to Paris an interrogative sentence, an imperative sentence, a declarative sentence, or an exclamatory sentence? Very good, my friend. It is C, declarative. Our next question. Choose the correct form of the verb to complete the sentence. She blank to the store every day. Does she go to the store every day? She goes to the store every day. She went to the store every day. She gone to the store every day. This is a silly question because she goes and she went are both grammatically correct, I think. But this has the answer as B, goes. But again, this is one of those things that, like, some people say she go to the store every day. The world is not gonna end. It's okay. Alright, that being said, I think I put a lot of store on natural evolution of language because I am super against AI. I'm very against AI. I hate it. I think it's sort of a hallmark of end times sometimes. But I think that when you break grammatical rules in a quote unquote normal way, that is more human of you, you know? Alright, next question. I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Which sentence contains a dangling modifier? Is it A, after finishing his homework, the TV was turned on? Is it B, while cooking dinner, the phone rang? Is it C, walking along the street, the flowers were beautiful? Or is it D, having been late, the teacher was angry? Which sentence contains a dangling modifier? I'm gonna read that again because that was a lot. Was it A, after finishing his homework, the TV was turned on? B, while cooking dinner, the phone rang? C, walking along the street, the flowers were beautiful? Or D, having been late, the teacher was angry? It is A, after finishing his homework, the TV was turned on. Alright, and our final medium question. Choose the correct sentence with parallel structure. A, he likes swimming, hiking, and to ride bikes. B, he likes swimming, hiking, and riding bikes. C, he likes to swim, hiking, and riding bikes. D, he likes swimming, to hike, and riding bikes. Which sentence has the correct parallel structure? A, he likes swimming, hiking, and to ride bikes. B, he likes swimming, hiking, and riding bikes. C, he likes to swim, hiking, and riding bikes. Or D, he likes swimming, to hike, and riding bikes. And our answer is B, he He likes swimming, hiking, and riding bikes. Very good, my friend. And now we're really getting into the stuff I don't care about. Our next question, our first question of the hard section, is what is the function of the infinitive phrase in the sentence, to travel the world is her dream? Is it A, subject, B, object, C, adverb, or D, modifier? What is the function of the infinitive phrase in the sentence, to travel the world is her dream? And it is A, subject. I'm just so much more of a literature person. And I also feel like if you're being a stickler about grammar rules, you really don't get a very interesting voice in your writing. Not to say throw everything to the wind, you know, but I'll overuse a comma, I'll have a run-on sentence, I was submitting my thesis to my advisor my senior year of college, and she highlighted a part and left the note, "This sentence is entirely too long, but not unclear." And that was like, that describes my writing. This sentence is entirely too long, but not unclear. Alright, our next question. Identify the clause type in the sentence. Although it was raining, we went for a walk. Is it A, independent clause, D, dependent clause, C, subordinate clause, or D, main clause? Although it was raining, we went for a walk. What is the clause type? It is B, dependent clause. Very good if you got that. If you didn't, very good anyway. You're sticking with the video. Alright. What is the antecedent of the pronoun it in the sentence, the dog chased its tail? What is the antecedent of the pronoun it in the sentence, the dog chased its tail? Is it A, tail, B, dog, C, chased, or D, none of the above? The dog chased its tail. Is it A, tail, B, dog, C, chased, or D, none of the above? And it is B, dog. Very good, my friend. Choose the sentence. Oh, no, we're not going to do this. This is a punctuation one. I can't really say that out loud. Alright. Which sentence, this is our final grammar question, which sentence is grammatically correct? A, each of the boys are playing soccer. B, each of the boys is playing soccer. C, each of the boys were playing soccer. Or D, each of the boys am playing soccer. Which sentence is grammatically correct? And this says B, each of the boys is playing soccer is our grammatically correct option. But frankly, I do not care. I feel like I'm being a little too anti-intellectual. I also might just hate grammar because I'm bad at it. But obviously, academia and, intellectualizing things is very, very important, especially as it's under threat right now. But I also have my own personal opinions. Alright. Cool. Let's do our literature questions, okay? And hopefully I'll go on less moralizing tangents and be a little less insufferable. So, our easy questions. Our very first one is, who wrote Romeo and Juliet? Is it A. William Shakespeare, B. Charles Dickens, C. Jane Austen, my girl, or D. Mark Twain? William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, Jane Austen, or Mark Twain, who wrote Romeo and Juliet? And it is William Shakespeare. Very good, my friends. Unless you're one of the conspiracy theorists that think that Shakespeare was multiple people. I don't think I'm one of them, though. Alright. Second question. In the Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien, what is the name of the wizard who leads the Fellowship of the Ring? In the Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien, what is the name of the wizard who leads the Fellowship of the Ring? Is it A. Saruman, B. Gandalf, C. Radagast, or D. Dumbledore? It is B. Gandalf. Alright. Who is the author of the dystopian novel Brave New World, which explores a future society where humans are genetically engineered and controlled by the state? Who is the author of the dystopian novel Brave New World, which explores a future society where humans are genetically engineered and controlled by the state? Is it A. George Orwell, B. Aldous Huxley, C. Ray Bradbury, or D. Margaret Atwood? And it is B. Aldous Huxley. I actually didn't know that. Alright. Okay. What is the title of the first book chronologically in C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia? What is the title of the first book chronologically in C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia series? I'm so sorry about the horns. Is it A. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, B. Prince Caspian, C. The Magician's Nephew, or D. The Silver Chair? I had a really thick Narnia book as a kid. It had all the books in it. And as I'm reading this question, I can just feel its weight, But our answer is C. The Magician's Nephew. Who wrote the classic novel Jane Eyre? One of my favorites. Is it A. Charlotte Bronte, B. Emily Bronte, C. Jane Austen, or D. Louisa May Alcott? Who wrote Jane Eyre? And our answer is Charlotte Bronte. But now it's time for me to go on a few little tangents, because my favorite Bronte sister is actually Anne. She wrote Agnes Grey and The Tenant of Wildfeld Hall, and Charlotte actually tried to keep Tenant of Wildfeld Hall out of publication after Anne's death. It's definitely a pretty, heavy / progressive novel. It's about a young woman leaving her abusive husband and sort of starting anew with her young child, which is a lot for a book from the 1800s. Actually, I think it's 1800s, yeah. Charlotte tried to argue that Anne was not in the right state of mind and tried to pull the book from publication. Also, there's been some speculation that Louisa May Alcott is actually a trans man, and that he went by Lou Alcott. And, like, there's some documented evidence of this. I actually went to college with someone who did their thesis on Lou Alcott and made this argument, and also made this argument using the text of Little Women, which was very cool of them. Alright, I'm rambling again, so sorry. Our next questions are going to be the 5 medium questions. So our first one is, in which novel by Vladimir Nabokov does the protagonist Humbert Humbert become infatuated with a young girl? I'm not saying the rest of the question because it gives the answer away. Is it A. Pale Fire, B. Invitation to a Beheading, C. Ada or Ardor, A Family Chronicle, or D. Lolita? In which novel by Vladimir Nabokov does the protagonist Humbert Humbert become infatuated with a young girl? And that is D. Lolita, a book I've never read and never plan to. Our next question, who is the author of the novel 100 Years of Solitude, which follows the Buendia family in the fictional town of Macondo? Who is the author of the novel 100 Years of Solitude? Is it Gabriel Garcia Marquez? Is it Isabel Allende? Is it Pablo Neruda? Or Julio Cortázar? Is our author of 100 Years of Solitude Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Isabel Allende, Pablo Neruda, or Julio Cortázar? It is a Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Alright. What is the title of the dystopian novel by Ray Bradbury, in which books are banned and firemen burn any that are found? Is it A. Fahrenheit 451, B. 1984, C. Brave New World, or D. Handmaid's Tale? What is the title of the dystopian novel by Ray Bradbury, in which books are banned and firemen burn any that are found? And our answer is A. Fahrenheit 451, which I think is the temperature in which paper burns, 451 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright. Who wrote the novel The Picture of Dorian Gray, which tells the story of a man who remains youthful while a portrait of him ages? Is it A. Oscar Wilde, B. F. Scott Fitzgerald, C. James Joyce, or D. Thomas Hardy? Who wrote The Picture of Dorian Gray? Oscar Wilde, F. Scott Fitzgerald, James Joyce, or Thomas Hardy? It is A. Oscar Wilde. Very good, my friends. Alright, and our final medium question is kind of a cop-out question, to be honest with you. In Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, what is the name of the scientist who creates the monster? Is it A. Victor Frankenstein, B. Henry Clerval, C. Robert Walton, or D. Alphonse Frankenstein? What is the name of the scientist who creates the monster? And it is A. Victor Frankenstein. I love that Mary Shelley wrote this as a teenager. I think that's really cool. Also, invented the genre of science fiction. If you want to get technical, I'm sure there was stuff long before that, but that's like, you know, what I was taught. Alright, and our 5 difficult questions. What is the title of the novel by Thomas Pynchon that follows the adventures of a drug-addled detective named Doc Sportello in the 1970s Los Angeles? Is it A. Inherent Vice, B. Gravity's Rainbow, C. The Crying of Lot 49, or D. V? What is the title of the novel by Thomas Pynchon that follows the adventures of a drug-addled detective named Doc Sportello? And it is A. Inherent Vice. Next, who is the author of the novel Beloved, which explores the effects of slavery on an African-American woman named Seth. I'm so sorry. Is it A. Toni Morrison, B. Zora Neale Hurston, C. Alice Walker, or D. Maya Angelou? Who is the author of the novel Beloved? It is A. Toni Morrison. Very good, my friends. Just 3 more questions left, and none of these look like they're gonna get me on my soapbox, so you're safe, I promise. Alright. In Dostoevsky's novel Crime and Punishment, what is the name of the impoverished former student who commits a murder and wrestles with guilt? Is it A. Ivanov, B. Svidrigalyov, C. Lucian, or D. Raskolnikov? In Crime and Punishment, what is the name of the impoverished former student who commits a murder? Is it A. Ivanov, B. Svidrigalyov, or C. Lucian, or A. Raskolnikov? My Russian pronunciation is heinous, my goodness, but our answer is D. Raskolnikov. Alright. What is the title of the novel by Salman Rushdie that tells the story of Salim Sinai, who is born at the exact moment of India's independence and discovers that he has telepathic powers? Is it A. Midnight's Children, B. The Satanic Verses, C. Shame, or D. Haroun and the Sea of Stories? What is the title of the novel by Salman Rushdie that tells the story of Salim Sinai? A. Midnight's Children, B. The Satanic Verses, C. Shame, or D. Haroun and the Sea of Stories? It is A. Midnight's Children. I don't know why they put the Satanic Verses in there, that was weird. Alright, and our final question is, who wrote the novel The Grapes of Wrath, which follows the Joad family as they migrate from the Dust Bowl to California during the Great Depression? Is it A. John Steinbeck, B. Ernest Hemingway, C. William Faulkner, or D. Harper Lee? chromosome was named Harper after Harper Lee. Alright. Who wrote the novel The Grapes of Wrath, which follows the Joad family as they migrate from the Dust Bowl to California? And our answer is A. John Steinbeck. Very good, my friends. Very good, very good. Thank you for sticking with me if you did. I know I can be quite rambly. I feel very passionate about certain things. But I hope you enjoyed anyway. I hope you have a great afternoon, evening, morning, whatever. And I will see you next time.